You wouldn't want that to happen to you, right? So, how to overcome it? By writing a well written speech that is a perfect mix of information and impact. How to open your speech, how to close your speech, how to create the core of your speech that will leave a lasting impression on your audience. That's exactly what we are going to discuss today. So do watch the video right till the very end to know about the three pillars of a great speech. And if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe to it so that you stay updated with all the latest video that we keep on posting. So, pillar number one is introduction. It is said that a human brain takes just around 8 seconds to decide whether to focus on something or not. So, you have to make the best use of these few seconds to make a great opening. And you can make an opening by what we call as a hook statement. That is just to grab the attention of the audience. And there are many ways of using this hook statement. You can either begin with a quotation, or you can just give them some statistic relating, of course, to your topic, or you can begin by asking a question. It's better to ask a question that does not have just a yes or a no answer. Instead, you can ask a question that makes the audience think. For example, if you were to ask the audience a question like, should the voting age be increased from 18 to 21? The answer can be just yes or no. Instead of this, maybe you can ask, what if the voting age is increased from 18 to 21? Now then you make the audience think about this question. Or you can even give a startling fact. For example, a human brain's attention span is less than that of a goldfish. Again, that is something which is very startling. So these are the few ways in which you can begin. Now, this hook statement has then to be linked very gradually to your topic. Your topic should now be introduced and briefly just mention the main points that you're going to cover up in your speech. And this introduction should just take around 2 to 3 sentences. That's it. Pillar number 2, the body part. This is the heart of your speech, the core of your speech, and it should answer 3 questions. What is the motive of my presentation? Why is it important? Who does it concern? Then break down your motive into smaller objectives and elaborate them with the help of all the statistics and the information, your personal experiences, and whatever your opinions are on this topic. Then see that the sentences follow a proper order. They should be arranged logically. When you move from one sentence to the other sentence, we call that as the transition. So you can use certain words in the beginning, for example, like in addition to, or let me elaborate further, in comparison to, let me give you an example. So when you use these connecting words between sentences, we get an order of these sentences that we are talking about. If you feel you need to use visual aids, please do so. But use the visual aids very wisely. They should just be a connectivity between the images and what you are speaking. The images should just contain bullet points. They should not have the entire script of what you are speaking. Otherwise, once the audience reads everything that is there on those images, they'll stop listening to you. Now that you've given the audience all the information that you had, it's time now to move on to the third pillar, and that is the conclusion of your presentation. This is the closing. What should be your final words that will remain with the audience? Now, before going into that, you need to give them a signal that yes, we are now coming to an end. So maybe you can use phrases like, to summarize, I would like to, or I would like to reinstate, I would like to remind you, in a nutshell. So these are some phrases that you can use. And what do you say after this? Just connect your ending with your hook statement or connect it to your topic. Review the main points that you have covered up in your presentation. or you can even end with a quotation if you've used a quotation in the introduction. Or you can ask the audience to do something. You can give them an activity, or you can again ask them a question to make them think again. So these are just few ways in which you can conclude your speech. And at the end, your last sentence will be thanking the audience. So, if you want to leave a lasting impression with an impactful speech, just follow the three pillars that we have discussed. Follow the guidelines for an eye-catching introduction, an informative body part, and final concluding words. If you do so, the audience will be left with no other option but to be fully awake and be impressed by your speech. So till we meet again, goodbye.